Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Divas Gettin Raw, episode number 83. We're in Montreal, Canada.
Yes, and Bret Hart, starts things off, and it's always great to see Bret. And actually, he's on Raw in Montreal for the first time since 15 years.
Yeah, since the
Montreal screw job. So that was a big wow.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually here, but it's always nice to see Bret Hart. After we have the Coffee and R-Truth versus Miz and Antonio, Miz and Antonio Cesaro, and then Kofi Kingston hits Trouble in Paradise for the win. Coffee and R-Truth. Next up, we have a Divas champ, Layla, Caitlyn, Eve. It's a six Divas tag team. Layla, Caitlyn, Eve, and Beth, Alicia, and Natalia. Eve hits the neck breaker on Alicia. That Team Eve for the win.
Yes.
Next up, we have CM Punk versus Randy Orton. At first, it was just going to be a singles match, but then Ziggler got involved. And then during commercial break,
Jerry Lawler also got
involved. So AJ made it a tag team. Exactly. So we have CM Punk, Ziggler versus Randy Orton and Lawler. And since Punk paid no attention to the match,
he was talking to Heyman.
He eventually leaves.
Orton hits the RKO on Ziggler for the win.
Exactly. And then we have Slater versus Ryback, and Ryback demolished Slater, and Ryback won, obviously. Feed him more.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Daniel Bryan, Kane versus the Primetime Players. And it was pretty funny that Kane chokeslammed Daniel Bryan onto Darren Young for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That was interesting. So team of Daniel Bryan and Kane won. Next up, we have Alberto Del Rio and Tyson Kidd. And Alberto Del Rio demolished Tyson Kidd. He's really mad.
Cross-arm breaker.
Yeah, cross-arm breaker, exactly. So we have Sheamus versus Otunga and Booker T from apparently from SmackDown. He banned Sheamus from the Bro Kick because due to evidence, but Sheamus didn't care. Sheamus runs down the ramp and hits Otunga with the Bro Kick, and AJ comes back and says, "You disobeyed authority. You really weren't supposed to do that." So Booker T comes out and said the next time that he does it, he will be stripped from the title.
Yeah.
Exactly. And then we have Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes defeated Rey Mysterio with the Crossroads for the win.
Yes, also Miz got involved
exactly.
in that match.
So, and I don't think really, I don't really think the end matters because something happened during Raw. It was during the
tag team match.
Yeah, the tag team and Kane, Daniel Bryan and the Primetime Players. Jerry the King Lawler collapsed at ringside, right next to Michael Cole, due to a mild heart attack. And I was watching Raw on Monday, and I said people on Twitter was blowing up, and I didn't know what the heck was going on. And I was DVRing Raw, and I rewound it, and I saw Jerry Lawler just put his head down, and it was really, really scary. He's commentating, with the match, and all of a sudden he starts commentating.
You see him slumped over by the announcer table.
Exactly, and Cole freaks out too. Michael Cole. By the way, props to him for keeping us an update. Yeah, for getting help and keeping us an update. That was really, really strong for him to do. And also, out of respect, he didn't even commentate for the rest of the Raw.
Yeah.
He didn't want to because, we were all worried about Jerry Lawler. We supposedly, he wasn't breathing for 20 minutes, so there
was no oxygen getting to the brain.
Exactly.
There could be serious brain damage or something was going on, but thankfully none of that happened.
Exactly. All jokes aside, even though I don't agree with Jerry Lawler's character wrestling, but I would hate to miss him. I would hate to miss him because
we would hate to lose him.
Lose him, exactly. It was just super scary, and it just made me realize how. Lucky WWE is to have an awesome Hall of Famer as Jerry the King Lawler.
Right.
And he's so memorable. He's so loyal to the WWE. And I saw Michael Cole. He teared up. He almost looked like that he was gonna cry as he was updating us on Lawler's condition.
And like they're saying, it's not a storyline. Like things like this can happen and do happen. And, it's good that they have a medical staff on board take care of these issues.
Right away.
And thankfully that they had the medical attention, right there to get him out of there and to get him to the hospital to help him.
Exactly, because apparently he wasn't breathing for 20 minutes. Like, I think he, died for 20 minutes. But Michael Cole told us that at the hospital he was being responsive, he was breathing on his own, and I also believe that he also said his heart is beating. So, which is all good. I think yesterday I heard from Twitter and WWE, postings that they're just going through, they're just running tests on Lawler. He underwent a CAT scan, and I believe we would know by, very soon. Yeah. Very soon if maybe a stroke was involved.
We're waiting for the test results to come back to
exactly,
see.
Like what caused his heart to stop.
And the damage and how long he's going to be out. And I think that, this is my opinion, that he should just stay at the announcer's table and no longer participate in the ring. And although that's going to be hard for him, because it's like taking the keys away from someone who wants to drive somewhere. It's like you get to a certain age and you just gotta let it go. It's in his heart. He wants to compete. He wants to be there. Stick to announcing, my dude.
Exactly.
We'll have you around a lot longer.
And I don't know, he wrestled in that tag team match. It was Randy Orton, Lawler versus Ziggler and CM Punk. Who knows what triggered it? Maybe you're right. He's coming to that age where he should really, hang up his boots, retire for good.
And, and all that drama with CM Punk that's going on now, it's unnecessary. There doesn't need to be a wrestler fighting with an announcer. The announcer's there to just commentate and give their opinion. You can't be fighting them over everything they say. That's their job, and we all know that, and we know that's the storyline of them, just going back and forth, but cut that out. He doesn't need that.
He doesn't. I have a feeling they're going to probably scrap the storyline between him and CM Punk and maybe just write something else for that. Yeah. And so you're right. Just stick with announcing and not have him stressed out. Who knows? It might have been the stress. The stress could happen too. So,
and they do go through physical tests before entering the match. The doctors do examine them, make sure that they're fit and ready to wrestle. But even if they're telling you they're ready, even if they pass all the tests,
something
the heart
could always happen.
Is a muscle
exactly.
That sometimes you just can't control.
All the vigorous stuff that you do. Exactly.
But we just want to make a quick little Divas Gettin Raw review of what happened and just talk about Jerry Lawler. And we want to give a shout out to him.
To Jerry
and
Lawler.
We hope that you get better
you have a quick
soon.
recovery.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that things are going well, and hopefully it stays like that. And we hope to see you next Monday announcing. And no participating in wrestling.
No more.
No more. Just announcing. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.